before you our program. We pray that may you bring everything to a success so that at the end of the program we shall say glory be unto your name. Father, we thank you for answering our prayers. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, AC Kra. That's what I call her because that's her Wikipedia account username. So thank you so much for that lovely prayer. So we'll go straight into our first presentation for today, which is the opening address from Moleskine Foundation. And it will be presented to us from Zoom, from Italy. So we'll be watching on the screen here. And then our viewers who are online, you will be watching on Zoom. So let's hold on for that.
Hello, hello.
Hi. I can hear you from my end. I don't know about the people in the room.
Okay, so online you can hear me, but I wonder if people in the room can hear me.
Hello, Elena, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Elena, we can hear you. We can see you now.
Okay, I can see myself on that screen now. Okay, hello, everybody. My name is Elena. Hi, hello. Yeah, I can see you guys. This is great. I'm the co-founder of Moleskine Foundation, and I'm connecting from Paris, actually. So welcome to this event. I'm going to share just a few slides to tell you about the foundation and who we are and a little bit of what to expect of this event. So let me see if I can share my screen. Tell me if you see my slides, please. Yes?
Yes, Elena, we can see your slides.
Okay, great. So Moleskine Foundation, just the two words about who we are. We're a non-profit organization. We're based in Italy, in Milan. And our mission is really, we say creativity for social change. What do we mean by that? Well, we believe that creativity is really something that is within each of us. Everybody is creative within. You don't have to be in the creative industry. We think it's a universal value that all human beings share. And what we're trying to do with all our programs is we're trying to inspire, encourage, and connect young people to transform themselves, first of all. And then after they have transformed themselves, they can try to transform the community around them. So we have a series of educational programs, and they're kind of unconventional educational programs. They're not your typical kind of traditional university ones. And Wiki Africa Education is one of those programs. And with those programs, we try to develop what we call creative skills. So what do we mean by creative skills? So creative skills is kind of your ability to think critically, so to pose questions. We develop the creative doing, so something that you do creatively with your hands or with your minds as well. And this kind of attitude to lifelong learning. So knowing that learning doesn't stop at the university, but you continue to learn throughout all your life. So today we're here for the Wiki Africa Education, for the AfroCuration event. And I just wanted to tell you why it was born, why we're doing what we're doing today. Basically, there's a big problem. And we started from this problem statement. And the problem is that African continent is very underrepresented on Wikipedia. And Wikipedia, as you might know, it's still one of the 10 most visited websites in the world. So this is where we go to get our knowledge when we want to learn about something. But the quantity and quality of knowledge on the African continent, on the African communities, African people is really underrepresented on Wikipedia, and it's biased. So sometimes it's written by people who are not Africans, who are sitting somewhere in the west of the world, like myself. And, you know, they're writing something about your culture, which is not factual. So just to give you an idea, there are more entries on the city of Paris on Wikipedia than on the entire African continent. Can you imagine that? Just think about it for a second. So this gives you an idea of how much, you know, knowledge there still has to be produced, and how much you, as young Africans, can contribute to kind of bridging that gap of knowledge. And this is why we created this program, Wiki Africa Education. It's meant to empower you and to teach you the skills to create a Wikipedia article, so you can actually, you know, be an active knowledge producer and write about your history, write about your culture, about your community yourselves, and kind of, you know, take action and be in charge of that, what we call digital narrative. So that digital knowledge that is available out there on Wikipedia, and not read something that somebody else wrote. Is that does that resonate? Are you there? I'm seeing some, the camera is moving, but yeah, hello, gentlemen. I'm seeing you now. Okay, so this is why we started this program. And as I was saying, you know, the main objectives are really to amplify and produce knowledge about the continent, so that Wikipedia becomes, and Wikipedia is this democratic encyclopedia that everybody can contribute to. And this is the beauty of Wikipedia. Everybody can write an article, and then the article continues to live. Then everybody can continue to edit it. It's validated by the community. So it's really the most democratic knowledge repository that is out there. So the idea is to amplify this knowledge digitally, and of course do it in indigenous African languages. Why is that important? Because we know that many African languages are underrepresented, again, online. They're at the risk of dying out because a lot of African languages are oral languages and they're not necessarily recorded. So the idea is, we're trying to also preserve the local African languages online, because we know that language is our identity. And when our language dies, you know, part of our identity also goes with it. So it's really important for us to create articles in local African languages, to translate the existing articles that, for instance, have been written in English, to translate them into your language, so that we keep the language alive. So AfroCuration is this event that you're participating to today. And it's really, again, it's not a regular Wikipedia editathon. They're called editathons. So it's kind of this marathons of editing where you create articles online on Wikipedia. But the specificity, let's say, of AfroCuration is that it's really a cultural event. We give a cultural lens. We want you to create knowledge on your communities. You know, there's a theme. We're going to speak more about the topic of today, but the topic is who we are. So basically, it's about you telling the world who you are, you telling the world about your authors, about your communities. And, you know, we hope that by the end of this event, you will feel inspired, you will feel empowered, and you will feel like you're actually doing some sort of act of activism, because we will have a lot of inspirational speakers today. They will explain their point of view to you, why it's important to create knowledge in your local language. And by the end of this event, each of you would have created an article in Wikipedia. So it's a very empowering experience by the end of it. You know, right now, I don't know, maybe some of you have already created articles in Wikipedia. For some of you, it's for the first time. But basically, you know, I think what we're really trying to envision is this creating a movement on the African continent of young people like yourselves being the creative thinkers who are creating this knowledge and kind of telling your stories to the world online and not only in your own language. So just to give you an idea, this year we have been already in 2 countries. So we have started this event series. So you're part of the series of the event. The first one was in Mozambique. The second was in South Africa. And now this is the third one in Ghana. So you're part, again, of the bigger movement where the idea is to create at least 300 new Wikipedia articles on different topics, different countries, different African languages. So I hope that you feel part of the bigger community and that you're excited to sort of become part of this bigger movement and bigger journey. So I think these are the main things I wanted to share with you today. I know it's a busy day ahead. We're going to have many more interventions. So I'm just wishing you good luck, have fun, and think about this really as something that doesn't stop here, but this is just the start of you kind of taking your narrative in your own hands. So thank you for being there, and let's kick this off.
Thank you, Elena.
Sure. Oh, look, the slide says thank you.
Thank you. Can we clap again for Elena?
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that was the welcome address from Elena. She's with Moleskine Foundation. And Elena's message, what I gleaned from it is AfroCuration is a cultural event. It's an event where we as Africans are being inspired to tell our own stories. If we don't tell it, somebody is going to tell it anyway. But will the person say it the way it's supposed to be? The best people who know the stories are our own selves. So we are the ones supposed to tell our own stories. And that is the whole aim of today's event of AfroCuration. In case you didn't know, AfroCuration Ghana 2023 is the first of the events of AfroCuration in Ghana. But AfroCuration happens across the African continent. This year it has happened in 3 different countries, Ghana inclusive, South Africa, and Mozambique. So we are honored to also host AfroCuration on ourselves. At this point, we would also want to have something from our father. our father who welcomed us to KNUST, the provost of the college, the faculty, sorry. So at this point, I would welcome Professor Charles Ofosu Mafo.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, so let me welcome everybody and just make it a bit informal because the setting speak for that. I'm very proud, I must say, that you decided to have this program here at KNUST. I'm particularly proud because our students are involved, and super proud because Jemima brought this here. Well, let me read something. I didn't want to, because I thought what Elena said is good enough. But as a university, we wish to thank you all for being here with us today. We are delighted to welcome everyone. I mean, those of you that are already part of the group. I've been wondering, the name, is it Moleskine or Moleskine Foundation. Yeah. Maybe we should explain what it is. Yes. So those of you that are already there and those that would like to join that organization, that who have been with the Wikimedians of the Tree language community, and I understand there will be other language communities, right? That is very good. So today marks the first day of a 3-day program organized by the Moleskine Foundation and the Wikimedia Foundation right here in Kumasi and in KNUST in particular, the most beautiful campus in the world. I mean, you can't be gracious. Somebody told us that if you don't tell your story, who will tell you? Who will tell it for you? And so we are telling our story. Yes. And so we are grateful to be able to host it today, and especially at this hall. You have all been part of the Wikimedians of the Tree community, and you have been passionate about the community, its vision and mission. It is this passion that should unite us. I like what the MC said, that what Moleskine stands for, AfroCulture, is to respect each other. Very, very important, right? And so with that passion, you participate meaningfully. And then these goals must include having and empowering Africans. And Elena also said that, right? The more we contribute to Wikipedia, the more powerful we become. So empowering Africans who are in the best position to tell the African story as a way of preserving them on the World Wide Web for educational purposes and for the future generation. Yesterday, I had a very sad case. Somebody has traveled from Germany to this Beirut University, doing his PhD on most of the indigenous languages that were published in some of the newspapers over the years. Presently, it will amaze you that there is no media outlet that publishes any indigenous languages in Ghana. But then he dug deep and realized that during Nkrumah's time, there was a daily graphic or something, and they dedicate a page for local languages. And he actually showed me, it was a soft copy, a picture he took somewhere in Germany. Since he arrived in Ghana, he has not been able to locate that newspaper. It tells you how terrible we are, even in preserving our own language. And so for me, what the Moleskine Foundation and these Wikipedians and you are doing is awesome. And it should be really, really be praised and thanked and exalted, whatever, for that. And so just to round up, let me say that once again, I welcome all of you to KNUST, and on behalf of the Wikimedians of the Tree language community, let me say our doors are widely open to welcome anyone else who would love to join the community. And I know at some point maybe Jemima herself will speak to that. And to collaborate with it, I'm happy to collaborate. I'm sure my department, the head of department is there, so maybe she will talk. I mean, the lecturers there, I'm so happy I can see some of you here. That indicates how serious we are and the support we have for the program. And so we wish you well throughout the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Professor Marfo. I hope, right, now that you've heard something from our own soils, you are equally inspired. Wow. So, in case you also did not know, today I'm telling you a lot of secrets. AfroCuration Ghana is proudly happening in partnership with KNUST. They've opened their arms and received us. We are so happy. We also have in partnership the University of Education Winneba, Ejumako campus. They also have some students who are also joining with their faculty. We have some language groups which are with us during this event. So apart from Chi, we have the Dagbani Wikimedians community. They are joining us from Tamale. We have the More and then the Gren communities also joining us online from Bogatanga. We also have the Fanti community and the Eve Wikimedians community. And all these communities are made up of very young people who are enthusiastic about volunteering and sharing knowledge. And I'm glad that you are all part of that. Shall we clap for ourselves? So, now that we've heard from Elena and from Prof, we want to now absorb the theme for this year's AfroCuration Ghana 2023. What is our theme? At this point, I'll invite our project lead for Wikimedians of Tree Language Community, Ms. Jemima Aintree, to unpack the theme for us. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've missed one speaker. I'm so sorry. We have another international speaker joining us. In fact, this group are one of our cultural partners. That is Oroko Radio. In addition to Oroko Radio, we have the Center of National Culture, the Ashanti region, here with us also. So at this point, we want to hear from Oroko Radio, and Ms. Kikelemo would share a speech with us. Kike, if you can hear us, you can go ahead.
Yes, hi everyone, can you hear me? If you could give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or any sign. Yep, a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Hi everyone, welcome to this event. I'm really excited to be here. Just to give you a little heads up, I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so apologies for the low energy. But it's really exciting to see so many participants and to see you all engaging. So to give you context about myself, my name is Kike Lomo Oludemi. I'm one of the co-founders of Oroko Radio, alongside my co-founder Nico Adamako. Oroko Radio is actually a community radio station, an online community radio station based in Accra, a little bit more south of where you are. And although we're based in Accra, because we're an internet radio station, we actually have a very global community of music makers, storytellers, musicians, and whatnot. We have over 200 residents across 6 different continents, in 40 different countries, but we focus a lot of our energy specifically around Accra and also in Ghana in general. Essentially, the goal of our organization is to create a platform for African and diasporic creative communities that connects, inspires, and empowers local, national, and international artists of different disciplines through conversation and collaboration. So Oroko Radio was started a couple of years ago, and we have various different objectives, but all centered around developing community and also nurturing relationships, also looking at accelerating the careers of artists, specifically in music as well. So if you happen to be in Ghana or in Accra specifically, at the beginning of this year, late last year, you may have seen that we've been running DJ workshops, teaching people how to DJ, specifically women how to DJ, music production workshops, and all of this, because I think one of the things that people also recognize is that music is also a very, very vital way of telling stories. Humans have been making music and singing, communicating in this way actually before speech was existed. And I'm sure you know that a lot of traditional stories, folklore, gospel hymns are also translating stories through music as well. I think just before I get into Aroko a little bit more, I kind of want to pin on a story that underpins what I want to translate. Has anyone heard of a book called Homegoing by a Ghanaian American author called Yaa Gyasi? Maybe if you know, like nod or show if there's a show of hands. Anyone heard of the book called Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi? No? Okay, well, I mean, given the theme of today, I would definitely recommend you looking into it. But there's a story particularly from this book that I think really defines what this event today is about. And I just want to give a little context for it. So the book Homegoing is traces the lineage of a family all the way from, the more tribal era of Ghana all the way to present day America, and looks at like the lineage and the history and through centuries. And it's a fictional book. And in one of the stories in the book, there's this teacher called Yor. He's a history teacher, Mr. Ajikum. And he is teaching at this all-boys school near the Cape Coast. And he's teaching them this story about how history is storytelling. So Yor has, when he was younger, he has somehow acquired this scar on his face. It's quite a visible scar. About half of his face is disfigured. And he's trying to teach these boys on how history is storytelling. So as he's walking around the school, he asks the boys that he's teaching, he asks them who would like to tell the story of how he got his scar. The boys were a little bit nervous, but people started suggesting reasons. So one boy called Peter said, "Oh, can you hear me still?" Okay.
Yes.
I'll just continue. Cool. So there's one boy when Yor asks the boys in the school how he got his scar, one says that you were born of fire, that maybe that's why you're so smart, because you were lit by fire. Another boy called Idem raises his hand that says that they say your mum was fighting evil spirits from Asamando. And then another boy, William, says that he heard that his father was so sad by the Asante loss that he cursed the gods and the gods took vengeance. Another boy named Thomas said, I heard that you did it yourself so that you would have something to talk about on the first day of class. And so, there were all of these people saying, okay, maybe you got your scar from this way, maybe you got your scar from that way. The teacher Yor asks, whose story is correct? And then all of the boys are looking around, asking, trying to see who has the correct story. And then Peter, the first boy, says, Mr. Ajikum, we can't know which story is correct. We cannot know which story is correct because we were not there. Yor nodded and then confirmed that this is the problem with history. We cannot know that we were not there to see and hear and experience for ourselves. We must rely on the words of others. Those were the golden days. Those who were there in the golden days, they told the stories to the children so that the children would know, and that the children could tell stories to their children, and so on and so on. But now we come to the problem of conflicting stories. Kojo Nyako says that when the warriors came to his village, their coats were red, but Kwame Adu says that they were blue. So whose story do we believe then? We believe the one who has power. He is the one who gets to write the story. So when you study history, you must always ask yourself, whose story am I missing? Whose voice was suppressed so that this story could come forth? Once you have figured that out, you must find that story too. From there, you begin to get a clearer yet